That thing is a giant.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's that weigh?
It weighed 44 pounds.
44 pounds.
Yeah, it weighed 44. Maybe some ounces, I don't know. But if you notice, there's no bill in this lure. That fish crushed that bill with his crusher.
You said it was in what? How?
Well, when I grabbed the fish, see, I got this lure because this lure is still inside the fish. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This line broke, and you could feel the phrase on there. But this line broke because that's where the mouth's hair. This is all inside the fish when I landed it. I had to take this out with pliers. And I'm there I grab it and I have no tension on my rod anymore, but I got him. You know what I mean? Pull it up on the shoreline, and then I realized, that thing just broke. And
incredible just to even land it.
Yeah, and when I got the lure out, I'm there looking, and it has no bill on it now. And the crusher of the striper broke. That's tough plastic.
Just crushed the bill
That's,
right
yeah,
off.
it just broke the bill.
What kind of jerkbait thing?
This is an X-Wrap 10.
Nice.
I put a little suspend strip on it.
All right.
But
now how do you fish that thing?
so it's like reel it down and jerk it to do, the sound effects help.
Yeah. That thing do anything cool?
This is one of the tricks that I learned with this lure is not to keep tension after you jerk. Need slack, and then sometimes I would jerk and instantly give it line. And I found out when it's jerking back and forth, make erratic action. You give it slack right away and just pause, and this lure will turn around and face, like if there's a fish following this thing or it's looking up, all of a sudden, not many lures do that. Not many lures will jerk, making all this erratic action. You stop, give it a bunch of slack, not a bunch, but enough to make it no tension on here, and this lure will turn around real slow like that and face the fish if the fish is coming up behind. And I've caught a lot of fish on that, and that's one of the ways that I would catch them is giving that slack.
What kind of line are you using on that?
Does
it do that with fluoro, mono, everything?
This lure here, particular lure, I would use fluorocarbon, and that's at least 15. Mm-hmm. My intention is to catch stripers, and my intention was to catch the biggest one there. I like catching fish, but I'll always remember that forever.
Oh, Yeah, how would you forget that?
the 6 or whatever pounder I caught 5 minutes before this is only because of this that I remember that.
Fishing record at Raystown, for sure.
I like it being up there. I like being there, and I would go up early in the spring, and the worst weather would be the better because I had the best friggin' rain gear there was. It kept me warm, and when I'm there and the weather was bad, there was no one else. The ground there where you were limited to the space you could fish, and no one wants to fish around a group of people. And really, the novelty of that was I would wait for bad days, bad nights, and to try to get there when the sun was just going down, and you could park. Put your equipment on, step over a guardrail, walk 30 feet, and start fishing. And if you got too cold or it got too windy or you got too bored, you could walk 30 feet, walk over a guardrail, and get in your car.
Yeah.
You want to go home. You want to sit there till you think the weather's better for you. You just did that too. But, I like doing it. You didn't have to worry about friggin' towing your boat anywhere or loading it or unloading it or.
Yeah, the whole lake's funneled right down underneath that bridge too. That's the only spot where it's neck down like that.
And I could. And it's just like fishing; everything's different. But I could predict just by looking in the water when I got there, whether there was a current going through there or not. You could see the leaves and the speed of the leaves going by you, or you could look down and see, anything floating or going through the water. And if there was more current, you were getting more fish. Fishing's fishing, but for the most part, my interest increased as soon as I walked down there and saw current.
Right.
Because they could shut that gate off in very little. I mean, I've been there, it's like nothing. Like salt, it's like no current at all. And the stripers like the current.
Is there a point where it's too much?
I never found it too much. No.
More the merrier.
But I've never been there where it's been like a raging current.
I mean, obviously.
But you could see the pylons underneath the bridge. You could see, the current behind or the buoy. That's the no wake buoys. You could see them bend a little bit, or the current behind there. That was major current. That very rarely happened. But you could when you saw current, when you walked down to the bank and you saw and it could change. I mean, you could be there an hour and then all of a sudden it wasn't there, or a lot less of it, or more. And that's my story of this X-Rap and that fish.
Nice. Well, we got more stories.